Back in October 2011 at IFA in Berlin, Samsung unveiled the very first Galaxy Note with at the time a ridiculously large 5.3-inch screen, and the world, including myself, scoffed at such large screen phones. Turns out Samsung knew better than the rest of us, and here we are with its sixth iteration, but this is the Galaxy Note 7, and things have evolved quite a bit from the 1 GB RAM, 4 Android buttons that used to live on the Galaxy Note. So let's take a look at what Samsung sent us. This is their press box, a lot of probably extras in here that won't come in the shipping box. And there are. So we've got the brand new Gear VR right here. This is gonna be compatible with older Samsung devices as well. It's got an adapter for the USB-C that lives on the Note 7. We've got a Gear Fit 2 in here as well for tracking. We've got a power cord, a few power cords in there for charging the Gear Fit. Push all that off to the side. We have, of course, the Galaxy Note 7. Got a 256 gig micro SD card. It does have expandable storage. And we've got a Qi fast charging, wireless charging dock. Let's move all of this stuff off to the side here. And let's take a look at the Galaxy Note 7. The boxes look very familiar to the Galaxy Note 5. Go ahead and open this sucker up. And there, for the first time on a Note device, we've got Samsung's dual edge screen. This is the black Onyx version. I haven't seen this in person. It looks really nice. I'll go ahead and peel the plastic off of this. A couple of things I'm really excited to test. The first one I think is the iris scanner, to see how quickly that works, if it indeed does work in dark or low light situations. I want to try fast charging and see how Samsung does USB-C. So I'm going to power this guy on and we'll see how that 5.7-inch 2560 by 1440 screen is going to look. I think Samsung's got some of the best Super AMOLED panels going, so presumably it's going to look pretty nice. Rounding out the specs, at least in the US, it's going to be the Snapdragon 820 on here. 4 gigs of RAM is going to be on board, assuming you are not in China, where a 6 gig variant will come out. A lot of questions about the fingerprint sensor here. It's still here. You don't have to use iris. You can choose to use fingerprint or not, and it is an actual depressible button. We've seen companies go towards making it just a sensor, but you can actually click this thing here. Of course, IP68 is here as well. IP68 is now also found on the S Pen, so you can write underwater. And I know you're gonna ask, they won't let you put it in backwards. It's not gonna go in, so those days are gone. And keeping this guy protected is going to be Gorilla Glass 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this guy up. Let's take a look how everything's gonna perform. We are finally up and running, and the phone looks and feels very similar to the Galaxy S7 Edge, a little more weight to it, and a lot of the specs from that device carry over here as well, highlighted by a 12 megapixel sensor on the back and the 5 megapixel sensor on the front. Let's take a look at how well that iris scanner is going to work, at least in normal light, to unlock it. It's pretty fast. Recognized my eyes and unlocked. When I do a full review though, we'll test it outdoors, we'll test it in dark light, and all different scenarios here. Let's take a look around Samsung's UI. Jump into settings. A little bit of a different look here in settings, though the color still stays the same. While the camera might be the same on this versus the S7 Edge, the UI is a little bit different here on the Note. So you can swipe left, different camera filters will show up. A little bit different, I think a little bit of a more elegant UI on this device. Let's take a look at the S Pen. One of the features in here is you can actually start writing directly on the screen even when it's off. And you can indeed do that, and you can set your notes to actually be your home screen or show up on your lock screen as well. And it looks to be really quick. There's almost no lag at all as I'm writing on the Note 7. So first impressions on the Note 7 are overwhelmingly positive. The phone feels premium, it looks premium, the screen, not surprisingly, looks beautiful. We're gonna test the camera to see how it performs, but if it's anywhere close to the exact same sensor, again, found in the S7, the S7 Edge, it should be a pretty nice setup going on here. Anything you wanna make sure we cover, leave it down below. I'll make sure I check that as I film the review. And if you wanna see more Note 7 coverage, give the video a thumbs up to let us know, and perhaps a Note 7 giveaway coming up. Until next time, I'm John Render from Techno Buffalo. See you guys in the next video.